Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Josh, and this is your stimulus check update for the next stimulus package for Thursday, February 11th. I hope everyone is off to a good and safe start to the Thursday so far. In this video, I'll be discussing updates in regards to the current relief package and the third stimulus check. I'll also be discussing the $1,400 direct payments, what progressive Democrats continue pressuring the president to do, and then I'll be wrapping up this video by answering some of the comments and questions that I received in my previous video. But first, if you wouldn't mind real quickly liking this video, give me a big thumbs up. It really just helps with the YouTube algorithm in terms of pushing this video out to other viewers like you, and hopefully helping other people like you as well. Okay, so we have Senate Democrats busy attempting to impeach former President Donald Trump, and the House committees finishing their markups on the next relief package. House Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez continues to push President Biden for more aid. Ocasio-Cortez believes that in addition to the $1.9 trillion that's about to be spent in the next month, he needs to take it a step further and cancel at least $50,000 in student loan debt. In a statement, AOC said, the Biden administration needs to be pushed. They have said they're comfortable with $10,000 in forgiveness, but we need at least $50,000 minimum, and there is support for $50K. AOC and other progressive Democrats believe that Biden should be able to do this via executive order rather than how you'd normally pass these things, which would be through Congress. They believe that by canceling student loan debt, it would be the most effective executive action that Biden can take to kickstart the economy. AOC then went on to say that we cannot take no for an answer. This will all come down to public pressure. We have a window to organize and rally for your public officials to demand forgiveness. So these are going to be the kind of things that Biden is going to be pressured on over the next 4 years. While Biden tries coming off as more of a moderate, progressive Democrats are going to try pushing him further to the left. With that said, do you support $50,000 in student loan debt being canceled, or perhaps even a smaller amount? And why or why not? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. In other stimulus news, just recently, the House Education and Labor Committee were able to advance its portion of the upcoming relief package, which also happened to include the federal minimum wage increase to $15 per hour. Now, if passed, the minimum wage wouldn't immediately increase to $15 per hour. Instead, it would increase to that amount by the year 2025. However, even though the House Education and Labor Committee passed this measure, which is expected to be included in the larger package voted on in the House, it's unlikely that this measure will survive in the Senate. This is because in the Senate, they have much stricter rules. In the Senate, they have something known as the Byrd Rule, which prohibits the inclusion of things not related to the budget in a reconciliation package. On top of that, Democratic Senator Joe Manchin has already come out and publicly stated that he doesn't support the increase to $15 per hour. So even if it were allowed to be in the bill voted on in the Senate, they may fall a vote short, with Manchin opposing the measure. Since Manchin is the key 50th vote in the Senate, they'll need him to be on board with any measures they try passing through. So instead of an increase to $15 per hour, Manchin did say that he would support an increase to what it is in his state of West Virginia at $11 per hour. However, as mentioned, many lawmakers, including President Biden, don't expect this measure to be in the final bill. Despite this, Bernie Sanders argues that since a $15 minimum wage would increase the federal budget deficit by $54 billion over a decade, it should be allowed under the rules of reconciliation. So we'll just have to wait and see how all of that unfolds. In a recent estimate by the Congressional Budget Office, they estimate that 900,000 people would be lifted out of poverty, but it would also cost 1.4 million jobs over the next 4 years. So there's definitely a lot of controversy both ways in those aspects. Okay, so again, starting next week, all these measures being marked up and passed by the 9 different committees in the House will be combined into one big package. Once all these measures are combined into one big package, it'll get marked up once again to decide what ends up being in the final bill. At that point, the bill will have its final preparations made for a vote on the floor. Now, they should be able to accomplish all this by the end of next week, which will allow the House to vote on this reconciliation package on the week of February 22nd. If the House is able to pass the bill through their chamber by the 22nd of this month, that'll give the Senate around 2 weeks to pass it by their deadline of March 7th. Once it reaches the Senate, they'll need to determine which provisions in the bill are allowed to stay and which provisions have to be removed. Some of the measures expected to be removed at the moment, as mentioned, include those such as the increase to the federal minimum wage to $15 per hour. In the Senate, remember, it only needs 50 votes since they're able to pass this bill through reconciliation. The 51st vote, which would be the tiebreaker required for the majority, would be Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, if the Senate votes on and passes the same bill that was approved in the House, the final step would be for President Biden to sign it into law. Once he signs it into law, it shouldn't be too long before the benefits start going out. This includes things such as the $1,400 stimulus checks for everyone, including those on Social Security benefits, adult dependents, etc. Additionally, parents with children may receive up to $300 extra per child every single month under the increased child tax credit as well. Moreover, once the $300 weekly unemployment benefits expire on March 14th, they'll be renewed automatically at $400 per week going through the end of August or September. So, even though it may seem like this bill is taking forever to pass, it shouldn't be too much longer. In the meantime, even though it's not easy, all we can continue to do is hang in there, stay strong, and hope for the best. Okay, so at this point in time, I'm going to move right along to answering some of the comments and questions that I received in my previous video. And if you do have any other comments or questions for me, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I do try to answer as many of the comments and questions as I possibly can. But for those comments and questions I'm not able to respond to, I do try to pick some of the more popular ones to answer in the next video in video form. Okay, so without further ado, let me go ahead and jump into the first comment of this video, which is from Margie. Margie says, Josh, this is Margie. I haven't even received my $600 stimulus check yet, even though I got the $1,200. What is going on? Nobody claimed me on their taxes. I just haven't received my money. Okay, thank you so much for your question, Margie, and first off, I'm incredibly sorry that you still haven't received your second direct payment. I know how frustrating that must be. In this case, it sounds like you must be eligible considering that you received the first direct payment of $1,200. If you are being claimed as a dependent unknowingly, then you wouldn't have received the first one either. What I would recommend for you to do is to check the payment portal, which can be found on the IRS website. The payment portal should let you know exactly when you should expect to receive your payment and through which method. If the payment portal says that your payment status is not available or shows that it was sent, but you haven't received it yet, then I would recommend that you go ahead and claim the $600 as a credit on the tax returns that you filed this year. Okay, moving along to the next comment of this video, which is from Linda. Linda says, when is it coming? We appreciate the information, but they are still taking their time. Okay, thank you so much for your question, Linda, and yes, unfortunately, this has been a long process overall. At the moment, as mentioned, the expected timeline for this relief package to pass will be around early to mid-March. On the week of February 22nd, we can expect for the House to pass the bill, with the Senate expected to be able to pass it in their chamber within 2 weeks from there. From there, Democrats hope to have this bill on President Biden's desk for his signature by March 7th, 1 week before the unemployment benefits expire, just to ensure that people don't see a lapse in their benefits. While there are no guarantees here, there's a very strong chance that this bill will get passed by then. Okay, moving along to the next comment of this video, which is from Linda. Linda says, will people paying child support get one? Okay, thank you so much for your question, Linda, and if you mean for those with past due child support, that's still completely up in the air. Since the bill hasn't been written or passed yet, it's impossible to say whether or not these payments will be garnished for those with past due child support. However, considering this is supposed to be an extension of the $600 direct payments from the second round, and those weren't being garnished, I would be surprised if these were garnished either. With that said, I'll definitely make sure to keep you updated one way or another. Okay, moving along to the next comment of this video, which is from Shay. Shay says, so for the third round, will dependent children receive $1,400? Okay, thank you so much for your question, and yes, all dependents will be eligible for the third round of direct payments. At the moment, all dependents are expected to receive an additional $1,400. However, for those under the age of 17, the money will be included in the payment of whoever claims them. Right now, it's unclear who will receive the payment for dependents over the age of 17, whether it'll be the dependent or the person who claims them. Either way, just like everything else, I'll definitely make sure to keep you updated. Alright, so on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. If you did enjoy the content in this video and you'd like to see more videos like it, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. It is completely free to do so, and it's a great support to me. Also, if you'd like to receive 4 free stocks from Webull, with 2 of them valued all the way up to $1,600 each, or 1 free stock from Robinhood just for signing up and linking your bank account, please feel free to claim those free stocks by clicking the link in the description box below. And finally, if you join Rakuten with my referral link in the description box below and spend at least $20, Rakuten will give you $20 cash back. This means you can buy an item through Rakuten with one of their referral links, such as Nike, for $20, which would be right around $22 for tax, and Rakuten will give you $20 just for making that purchase. This is just an incredible deal that we'd love for everyone to take advantage of. Okay, so until next time, I'll see you guys, and I hope you have a great day today.